I've never been so sure of anything before. Just like I'm in this moment, but was alone would be enough. Just take my hands and take my ring, 'cause I will always love you through anything I'll do. To talk about different segment, for the engaging about story. Talk about OGINNI, Let's talk about love. Let's talk about God. Let's talk about all you need to know before you say I do.
Thank you for tuning in to Glorious Vision Television. My name is Tope, and you are welcome to Before You Say I Do. Before You Say I Do is a program designed for all categories of singles. As long as you have not said I do, this is the place you ought to be right now. This is where we educate, we enlighten the singles on all what you need to know before you say I do, all you need to do, all you need to have. This is where we prepare the singles ahead of the marital journey that you are about to embark upon. This is where we give you adequate knowledge that helps you to get it right in the area of your relationship. We talk about relationships, we talk about marriage, talk about all different types of topics that has to do with relationship and marriage, as long as you have not said I do, but you desire to be married someday and you want to get it right, you want to have a home, you want to have a blissful home, you want to have a godly home. This program is something that I will advise that you don't miss for anything. For those who are just joining us for the first time, I want to say welcome on board. And for our regular viewers, I want to say thank you for always being there every week for Before You Say I Do. So on this note, I want to go on this short break. When I return, please don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back. It is still Before You Say I Do on Glorious Vision Television, the only program that talks to all categories of singles, as long as you have not said I do, but you desire to be married someday and get it right, or you have so many unanswered questions about relationship, about marriage that you want to ask before you get into marriage. This program is something that you don't miss for anything. So on today's episode of Before You Say I Do, I have another beautiful topic that relates with everyone, even not just the singles. On this particular topic, I will be addressing both singles and parents because it involves more of parents. So the singles, if you are a parent, you are parents, you love watching this program, and you have children that you pray that they are going to get married someday and they are going to give you marital peace. This edition, please, I want you to pay attention to it. I want you to pay attention to it. So the topic is it parental influence or parental manipulation? Knowing the difference. When it comes to marriage, we cannot rule out the voice of our parents. Our parents' involvement in making the choice of our partner is also very, very important. But while many singles are trying to do that, they get stuck. trying to understand whether their parent is trying to want to choose who they want to marry for them, when they are supposed to marry, determine who they should marry. Is it influence? Is it control? Is it manipulation? They don't understand. And when they get to this point of their life, they became confused. They don't know what they are supposed to do. And in that light, this is the objective of today's program. So before you get married, your parents' voice matters a lot. Yes, they really care about your future, your safety, happiness. Sometimes their opinions can guide you. Marriage is a lifetime journey, and because of its importance, parents naturally want the best for their children. Yes, marriage is a lifetime thing, and that's why you see that most parents will always want to be involved. Most parents are not happy when you rule them out, when you don't discuss with them, when you just want to decide to make decision on your own without involving them. So it's something that is very part of everybody's life. The advice is valuable, especially because they have experience, wisdom, and genuine love. The reason why they want to be involved most times is because they have the experience. They believe that they have the experience, the knowledge, the wisdom, and out of genuine love that you are my son, you are my daughter, and this is a very important part of your life. I should be involved. After all, I conceived you, I carried you in my womb, I gave birth to you, I took care of you to where you are today. So when it comes to this part of your life, you should not ignore me. I should also be involved. Doing that, it's out of genuine love. But here's the truth. Sometimes what parents call advice can cross the line into manipulation. Sometimes what they think that, I want to advise you on your marital journey, on your marital decision, on your marital choice, can sometimes lead into manipulation. You can begin to see it as if, mommy is trying to manipulate me. My parents are trying to control me. They are trying to make decisions for me. They are trying to choose for me. They are trying to tell me that it is this person and no other person. And that is where the problem begins. An adult may not want that. That's why you hear when our children will now start telling us that, mommy, have you forgotten that I am no longer a child? I am now an adult, that I can make decisions for myself. That's when you hear them start saying that. What parents call advice can cross line into manipulation, controlling decisions, using fear, forcing choices, or rejecting a partner for reasons that are not godly or logical. They can just reject a partner for no reason. It's not that a person is ungodly, especially from Christian home. They just don't have a genuine reason to reject this person. And when you ask them, they don't have genuine answers to give to you why they said that you cannot marry this person, you cannot be in a relationship with this person. Many singles today are confused. Parents want to choose who they should marry. Parents want to determine when they should marry. Parents want to control every relationship decision. Like, you are getting old. You are no longer a child. You are getting old. You need to get married. They say that to you. That they want to determine when you feel that, I am not yet ready. You know within yourself that you are not yet ready. But because your parents are looking at the age, that's when. Now they want to come and determine when you are supposed to marry. Even when you say, mommy, you know that I still have some things that I'm working on. When I'm done, then I can start thinking about relationship. They don't want to hear anything about that. So before you say I do, it is important to know whether your parents are guiding you or they are controlling you when it comes to your relationship choice. Why does this matter? Why do you have to be bothered about this? Before you commit to marriage, the wrong influence can lead to marrying the wrong person or losing the right person. Their interference with your choice of partner can either make you to marry wrong or make you to lose the right person that God has designed for you, that God has created for you. So that is why it is very important. Another thing is that marriage is a lifelong covenant. You will leave your spouse, not your parents. That's why the Bible says you will leave your parents and you come and be joined together with your spouse. So you will leave them one day, no matter how long you stay with them, you are definitely going to leave them one day, not because of death, but especially for somebody who desire to make a family. When it comes to that point of your life, definitely you must leave your parents' house and go and be joined together with your spouse. So you are not going to be living with them. Understanding manipulation helps you to honor your parents without losing your voice. This program will help you to understand manipulation better, parental manipulation, without losing your voice, or without disrespecting your parents, even while you are trying to make them understand that it is not what they think. It protects your peace, your joy, and your God-given destiny. Many marriages are suffering today not because the partners are incompatible, but because one partner was forced into the marriage or forced out of the relationship. Somebody was forced to go and marry somebody that they don't align or that is not God's will for them. Or somebody was already in a relationship, a godly relationship, and because the parent does not like this choice, they can force you out of a godly relationship. So this topic will help you to understand all of this. Now, God will hold you responsible for your marital destiny and not your parents. So you need clarity before you say I do, to avoid lifelong regret or marital conflict. What is parental influence? You know, we said the topic is it parental influence or manipulation? Are they influencing you to do the right thing, or they are manipulating you against the right thing? What is parental influence? Parental influence is when your parents guide you, advise you, or help you make wise decisions, or even allow you to make your own decisions without forcing you. They can make decisions for you. They can go ahead and say you can make your own decision, but you will know that it's not out of forcing you that you must marry this person that we recommend for you, or you cannot marry that person that you want to marry. So, and it always comes out of love, from experience, and for the concern that they have for you and the wisdom as parents. Signs of parental influence. They advise you without forcing you. For example, they can say, my daughter, my son, if you discuss with them that, mommy, I found somebody that I want to marry. In this case, this is what they are going to say. My daughter, my son, have you prayed about him or her well? Check his character, check her character very well. They speak from care, not fear. They will not put fear into your heart. Like, for example, take your time, my son. Take your time, my daughter. Please don't rush, because we want you to be happy maritally. These are some of the early signs of when it is parental influence. They look at real issues like your character, like the person's character, the values. Does your values align? The person's spiritual maturity, they ask you, its financial behavior, and emotional health. They ask you all of these questions. They support you even if you don't fully agree at first. They support you even if they don't fully agree at first. They will first of all support your choice even if they don't agree. They may say, we are not certain about this person that you have brought, but if you are convinced and we see his values, we will give our blessing. You can see that there's no any form of intimidation, manipulation, or force here. They are showing concern. They don't want you to commit any error, make any mistakes, while they are still telling you to be very, very careful in the decision that you're about to take. Their concern aligns with scripture. Example, warning you about a violent partner, an unserious believer, or irresponsible partner. When they can see that this person is an irresponsible person, this person is an unserious believer, they are not certain about his spiritual life or a spiritual life, they can warn you, they can give you some healthy warnings. Healthy influence protects you but does not control. So what is parental manipulation? Parental manipulation is when parents pressure, control, or emotionally force you into or out of a relationship. They will force you when they don't like that person. They will force you out of that relationship. They will now force you into a relationship that favors them, not the ones that favors you or the ones that you like or the ones that you have prayed to God and God has given you the green light that both of you can go ahead and start making your plans. So that is manipulation. It is usually based on fear, pride, or personal interest, not God's will. It's not God's will. It's out of their own personal interest, out of their own pride. Like, oh, we are rich, we are wealthy people, we have social class, and you cannot go and marry from such a low background, such a poverty family. That is when you know that this is not manipulation. They are not talking from the point view of God's will for your life. So what parental manipulation is not, this is what parental manipulation is. Now let us look at so that you don't get these things wrong. What parental manipulation is not. It is important to understand the difference between healthy parental guidance and manipulation. Not every objection, warning, or advice is manipulation. I hope you are getting that. Not every advice, not every warning or objection to the person that you want to marry means that your parents are manipulating you. So you don't mix them up and say, even when they see that something is not right and they are trying to warn you against that, you don't begin to say, oh, mommy, you are trying to manipulate me. No, it's not every manipulation, objection, or guidance that is wrong. Now, let us look at what parental manipulation is not. Parental advice is not manipulation. For example, take your time to know him well before committing. We think he or she may not be ready for marriage yet. Don't misunderstand them and begin to say, no, mommy, don't say that. He's ready, she's ready. We have discussed, we have had conversations. No, you may not be right. Healthy advice explains concerns, but respect your freedom to advise. They will express their concerns about this person, but they will also respect your freedom to decide. The next thing is parental warning is not manipulation. For example, he has history of anger. Be careful with him or her. He or she is not spiritually mature enough for marriage from what we have observed. That's a parental warning. This is not manipulation. Parental preference is also not manipulation. Parents may have preferences, but as long as they do not pressure or threaten you, it is normal. Like they have their own preferences too. Maybe your mother did not marry right. Maybe your father did not marry right. They will not want you to go that route again. They know what they are facing in that marriage. They may not open up to you. They may not tell you everything. Now you also is at that point of making this type of decision. They won't want you, not even me, they will not want you to commit that same error, that same mistakes. So, for example, they can say, we prefer you marry someone within our church. When you hear your parents begin to say, oh, we want you to marry somebody within our church, maybe they marry from another denomination and they are not enjoying their marriage. But we respect your decision if you choose differently. You can see the difference now. They are not making it a force. No singles who have reached out to me on this program who said that they want to marry, they met somebody who is not from their denomination, but their parents are saying that it is either you marry from this denomination or no marriage, or you will not see us on your wedding day. There's a particular denomination that normally does this very well, because a lot of people that reach out to me comes from this particular denomination, which I don't want to mention. So you can see, but look at this example. They are saying that we prefer you marry someone. They feel they want to be happy seeing both of you with the same church, But even at that, they are now saying we will also respect your decision. If you decide to choose somebody differently from this church, but this is what we will, it is their preference. You can't take that up against them as long as they are not forcing you that you must come and marry from there. So preference becomes manipulation only when it comes with force, fear or guilt is used. The next one is parental questions and discussions and not manipulation. Asking questions to help you think clearly or reflect clearly is healthy. For example, why do you feel this person is right? He or she is right for you. You don't take it up against them and begin to get angry. Mommy, why are you asking such questions? Daddy, why are you asking me this kind of question? Mommy and daddy, I don't like this question you're asking me. Don't say that. How does he or she handle conflicts? They want to know. They understand all this better than you do. They know that these are some of the things that normally happens, means of issues in marriage. So they are beginning to help you out now. So asking you questions, you don't begin to say, Mommy and Daddy, I'm going to get up. You are beginning to ask too many questions. Why are you asking me all these questions? No, it is not manipulation. It is better for them to ask. Sometimes there are some questions that they will ask. Maybe you are not even thinking along that line. So asking you will help you to reason along that line, and you too, you ask such questions, which will help your future marriage. So these questions are meant to guide your thinking, not to control. Parental disagreement is not manipulation. It is normal for parents to disagree with your choices. Disagreement becomes manipulation only if they use fear, guilt, or threat to override your decision. That is when you now begin to see it as, Mommy, Daddy, you people are now beginning to manipulate my brain against who God has given to me, against who God has chosen for me. That is when you can begin to. So, for example, we are concerned about his past behavior. We hope you reconsider, but we will support you either way. So, parental disagreement, they can disagree based on their observation, on what they study this person to be. And you can begin to disagree that, oh, spiritually, this person is not mature. Mommy, don't say that now. He or she can pray very well. He or she goes to church. You can begin to see all of that. But there's still particular thing that you are not seeing, that mommy and daddy has observed about this person, and they're trying to point them out. So you can disagree to agree. So don't get angry at that or begin to use that they want to manipulate you against who God has chosen for you or who you choose to marry. Don't see it that way. Parental love and care are not manipulation. True parental love will sometimes say no to who you bring to them. They can say no to that man. They can say no to that woman. Their no is to protect you, but it does not strip you away from your freedom or dignity. For example, a parent may insist you pray before making a marriage decision. Is that a bad thing for your parents to tell you that you need to pray before you make this marriage decision? Asking you, have you prayed? Have you spoken to God? What is God saying? They can begin to ask you all of these questions because they want to be certain that you know what you are doing and you have done the right thing before you go and say yes to this person. So when you come to them and begin to say, Mommy, I have found somebody. Mommy, somebody has spoken to me about marriage, and you know, I want you to meet that person. I want to bring that person. And they are saying, no, not yet. Not until you have prayed and you have spoken to God, and we as well as pray. If you have not done that, we cannot accept this person. You just have to. So it's out of love. It's not like they don't like you or they don't like the face of this person. A parent may suggest counseling for both of you before marriage. This is care and not control. They can say, have both of you submitted yourself to counseling? Have anybody counseled both of you? Have you been mentored by any Christian couple? Have you spoken to these people that we know that they can assist you, they can guide you? You should not see that as mommy is becoming too controlling, daddy. Both of you are becoming too controlling, and I don't like it. After all, you know that I'm not a child anymore. I am now an adult. I can make decisions for myself. A lot of you say that, and you will still make the wrong decision that will lead to lifelong regret. And you now be saying, we have a lot of people that are saying that today. And mommy cautioned me, daddy cautioned me, but I was the one that did not listen to them. I remember that mommy warned. A lot of people are out there, they are saying this, that my mommy warned me when I wanted to marry this man. My daddy warned me. My parents sat me down. My pastor, everybody, my siblings, they warned me, they cautioned me before, but I just thought that they didn't like the face. They don't want me to get married because of this, because of that, and I did not listen. So look at where I am today. So this is not what parental manipulation is. On this, I want to go on this short break. When I return, the program continues. Please don't go anywhere. and I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Are you about tidying up, or are you ready to unlock the secret to a successful and fulfilling marriage? Well, look no further. Introducing 3 amazing must-have books that have been produced and tailored to help singles make the right choices are now out. Carefully written by Tope, an experienced marriage counselor and host of the popular television program Before You Say I Do. The books will no doubt be an invaluable companion for all singles out there who are trying to make a choice of a life partner. Making the right decisions before you say I do deals with the integrity of how relationship can be carefully managed to produce the desired result for singles, while Prayer Guide for Singles Seeking Life Partners points out the important and invaluable role of prayers for singles in making choices. It offers a comprehensive collection of prayers specifically designed to help singles manifest a godly life partner and help connect with God. Relationship red flags you should never ignore. Laid bare the signs and indications that can help a single to avoid a union that will ultimately lead to endless years of pain, regret, and even sorrow. All these books are now on sale. Get your copies now at the Apostolic Church Nigeria, LAWNA Bookshop, Olorunda K2, Lagos, or visit our website for convenient online ordering, topeogini.com.ng, or call 081 4356 1574. Remember, it is never too late to make the right choices for your heart. So do not wait any longer. Grab your copies today and start your journey towards healthy and godly marriage. Distributors are wanted nationwide. Welcome back. It is still Before You Say I Do on Glorious Vision Television. As the name implies, if you have not said I do, but you hope to say that I do one day, this program is for you. So on today's episode, I've been discussing on, is it parental influence or parental manipulation? Knowing the difference. It is very important that you know the difference, whether your parents are influencing you against your God's will or manipulating you against your God's will, is what we have been talking. So before I went on that break, I was on what parental manipulation is not, so that you don't mix them together. Now, on that, parental prayer is not manipulation. Praying for your marriage or your partner is love, not manipulation. Manipulation only exists when prayers are used. The only time you can say that it is manipulation is when you observe that your parents are now using prayers that, oh, when I pray, God told me that you cannot marry that person. When I went to pastor to pray, pastor told me that there are dangers ahead of you. When I traveled to the mountain, a prophet told me that both of you, that there will be problem in the future. Whereas when there are nothing like that, that is when prayer can become manipulation. But if you cannot see any sign of this, then prayer is good. Your parents by now are supposed to be praying for your future marriage, for the partner that God is going to bring your way, that you should marry right, you should get it right, you should marry the right person, you should marry whom God has chosen for you. So praying for you, and when that time comes and you bring that person, because they have been praying and God has been talking to them, immediately you bring somebody. The spirit will tell them if this person is the one that God has been speaking to them about, that a man is coming, your son is going to meet a woman, and this, so they will know. So you don't begin to fight them over that, oh, mommy, is because you don't like somebody, you don't like this person's face, you are just trying to create a drama here. So now you have had it, what parental manipulation are not. So what are some of the reasons why parental manipulation arises in relationship and in marriage decisions? The first thing is fear of losing you. Your parent does not want to lose you. Some parents have invested so much in their children that the thought of letting go feels threatening. For example, a mother fears another woman will replace her in her son's life. So as a result of that, they can use manipulation. You can imagine maybe somebody who is a widow, and the husband has died for many years, and she has been the only one taking care of you, a son. And when it comes to that point of your life to start making your marital decision, she can allow this to take a better part of her, that she can start manipulation, especially with the fear that if you go, like most parents, like most mothers, always think that if my son gets married now, he will not remember me again. Another woman will take over his life, his thoughts, everything. He will not be taking care of me. So that is when manipulation can set in, because your parent does not want to. We have had stories of men that are tied down because of things I did. Their mother tied them down, does not want to relate. They keep having rejections from the opposite sex. It's not like they are not handsome or they are not responsible or they don't have financial means to get married. But because of this kind of fear of losing him into the hands of another woman, the woman has to tie his son down. Not until when he met with Jesus and he was delivered. So it can get as bad as that. So a father feels his daughter will move away and forget him. So this is one of the reasons why manipulation can set in. Another thing is overprotectiveness. Some parents believe their children cannot make good decisions on their own. All your life, your parent has been the one making decisions for you. So when it gets to this aspect of your life, if care is not taken, they can still be there. They are the ones that they are the ones that make decisions when it comes to your going to the university, your cost of study, your career choice, your this, your that, and all of that. So now you want to make this decision. Now you are now feeling that, oh, mommy cannot make this decision. Daddy cannot be involved in this now. After all, I am old enough now, because you are hearing messages, teachings that says that to get married, you have to be mature and all of that. So now you are now confronting your parents and saying that I am not mature, I can make this decision myself. It may not be that easy. Now, you can imagine how many years they have been doing that. So, for example, they can say you don't know men. They can start telling you that you are still a young girl. Who is telling you that you are now mature? You don't know men. We know men more than you. You are too gentle. You can be easily deceived in marriage, in relationship, by men. So you need to be very careful. They can start saying all of these things. When they start saying this, it comes out of, they are trying to manipulate you out of your decision. Bad experiences from their own past is another reason why parental manipulation comes into place, because of the bad experiences they've had probably before they get married, or even in their marriage to your mother or to your father. The experience they would never pray for their son or their daughter to have that kind of relationship or that kind of marriage. So because of that, manipulation can set in. Parents who went through heartbreak, betrayal, or a difficult marriage sometimes project this kind of trauma on their children. For example, a mother who suffered in marriage fears her daughter may repeat her story. A father who trusted the wrong person becomes suspicious of every man his daughter brings home. They think they are protecting you, but they are protecting their plan. It's their own plan. To you, you may feel that, oh, mommy is very nice. Mommy is trying to protect me from making mistakes, from committing errors. But sometimes they are only protecting their own interest, their own plan. Because they've had heartbreaks, betrayals. Your father invested in a lady, sent her to school, and at the end of the day, the lady went away and married another woman. For that, when it comes to the time of their daughter or their son, all this can come into play. Another reason is cultural or tribal mindset. Some families believe marriage must follow certain cultural rules. Examples: nobody in our family ever marries from this tribe, so you cannot. So when you bring somebody from another tribe that is different from your parents' tribe, they can say nobody, can start begin to manipulate you, like saying it's a taboo. It's not our tradition to marry outside our tribe. I know that there's a particular ethnic that does that they say that you cannot marry outside their tribe. That is like a taboo. If you do that, one terrible thing or some terrible thing will happen to you. So you can imagine that. We only marry from our village. When you start hearing, we only marry from our village, they are trying to protect their interest and their own plan, because they feel that if you marry outside their own village, they will take you far away. I remember when I was growing up too, that my own mothers will always tell us, if you marry from the eastern part, they will take you to their village, and we will never see you again. You know that the eastern part is very, very far from Lagos. So once you get married to them and they take you to that part, hey, maybe it's once in a year that we'll be seeing you. So these are some of the things that brings out this parental manipulation. So they can think like that marrying from our village, during festive period, all of you will see ourselves together. There won't be somebody going to this village, we'll always be together in one place. Our culture does not accept that profession. This is manipulation coming up in disguise as a tradition. You need to watch it very, very well. You need to talk to somebody before you believe such manipulation. Social status and family pride. Some parents are driven by their reputation. How will people see us? We are of this class. You know what our name connotes in this country, and you want to go and get married to somebody whose family name does not ring bell. They don't have a name. They don't have an identity in this country or in this world. You are from this high class. Is his family as rich as ours? Does he or she matches our own class? Religious or spiritual misinterpretation. Some parents are sincere but spiritually unbalanced. They misuse dreams, visions, prophecies to control your decision. For example, a small dream becomes a big warning. Like they can begin to tell you, oh, they have this dream, they have that dream. For example, parents who have insecurity issues can manipulate you out of fear. The next one is desire to live their dream through their child. Some parents want their children to marry the type of person that they wish. A mother will wish to have married somebody that is very nice, very gentle, who is not abusive. So their desire to marry their dream, since they cannot live their dream, they can start to play it in the life of their children. Like, I didn't marry a rich man, you must marry one. When you start hearing your parents speak this way, I didn't marry a graduate, you must marry PhD holder. Who says that because she did not marry a graduate, you marrying a graduate is what will give you peace and joy? Why did they not leave you and allow you to marry the will of God for your life? Because they did not get it right by marrying somebody who is not a graduate and they don't enjoy their marriage does not mean that it applies to everybody. That is the understanding that parents must have. We have people that did not marry graduates and they are still enjoying their marriage as long as they are God's will for each other. Today, they are enjoying their marriage. You can't even know the difference that they didn't marry somebody who is a graduate or not. So we should be very careful when we are trying to manipulate our children out of the will of God for their lives. A lot of people are having this lifelong regret as a result of your manipulations. Financial control. Parents who are financially supporting their children may try to control marital choices. If your parent is the one that is controlling your finances or is the one sponsoring your education, financially supporting you, you don't have any means of livelihood or income, they are the ones doing all of these things. They can have this say when it comes to making your decision. For example, they feel entitled because we paid your school fees, we still pay your rent. You are living under our roof. I want you to know financial dependency breeds manipulation. So you too, if you feel that you are matured enough to get married, as a man especially, these are some of the things that you need to work on. Get a life for yourself. Have a source of livelihood. Get yourself an accommodation. Once you are still under their control, under their roof, they are paying your rent, they are the ones taking care of everything about you financially. They will always want to feel entitled by your decision, especially your marital decision, that no, you cannot marry that person, you cannot marry that person, so you need to watch it. These are some of the things that normally bring out this parental manipulation. Family interference and bad counsel is another thing when we are talking about reasons why manipulation sets in. Sometimes it is not even the parent, so it may be external influence now, like your aunties. So, in some family, some of our aunties have say in our life, in some of our decisions. Some of our uncles, some of our pastors, friends, neighbors too. So it can be some of these people that will interfere, and we talk to your parents. That your auntie can come and talk to your parents. Why did you want Olu to marry that lady? Auntie me, can't you see that lady is not the right person for Olu to marry? Don't you know that if Olu marry that lady, we are going to have problem in this family? Your uncle can come and say the same thing. They are not well to do. I know something about them. Your neighbor, these are the reason why we have manipulation. Perceived threat from your partner. Some parents may react negatively when partner is too confident. Lack of trust in God is another thing. Many parents worry excessively because they trust their dreams, fear, gossip, like I've mentioned, assumptions more than they trust God. When trust in God is low, manipulation can set in. But if they have trust in God, they are praying, they are listening to God, they are hearing from God, they don't need to manipulate you. All they need to do is to go to God in prayer. This man, this woman that my daughter, my son brought home as intending partner or intending spouse, God, what are you saying about this man or this woman? What can you reveal to me? What can you say? God will speak to you as parents. That is better than trying to say what God did not say, using manipulation, using threats, using fear or guilt to take them away out of God's plan for their life. Let's go to some of the signs that will tell us that your parents are already manipulating your decision. They tell you what to do instead of advising you. There are difference between advising me and telling me what I am supposed to do. For example, you cannot marry him. You cannot marry him. I forbid it. That girl will not enter into this house or into this family. That is manipulation. That is not advice. They use fear to control you. When parents plant fear in your heart, instead of helping you to think clearly, example, if you marry her or him, something bad will happen to you. They did not see anything, no. They just don't like that person's face and they don't want you to marry that person. You will suffer in that marriage. Fear is not the voice of God. They turn their opinion into God said when they begin to tell you that they spiritualize that. Now they will now move ahead and begin to spiritualize their control by telling you. Examples, my pastor says you cannot marry him or her. God showed me in a dream that this person is evil. God showed me in a dream that this person was trying to kill you. This person already married. I'm not saying that they cannot have such dream, but I'm trying to let you know that there are manipulation in place, because we have had stories of people who said that my mother told me that the pastor said I cannot marry a certain lady, and I obeyed my mother because the Bible says we should obey them. But do you know that at the end of the day, my mother later confessed. The lady that my mother wanted me to marry, she later got pregnant for another woman. For another man. The one that my mother wanted me to marry, who is a member of my mother's church, that my mother believed that she's responsible, she's a godly lady that she wanted me to marry, later got pregnant by another person. Got married even outside marriage. Before marriage. He said as a result of that, my mother later called me in the middle of the night and apologized to me and told me that no pastor told her anything. That is because she did not want me to marry somebody outside our church. That is why she manipulated me, that the pastor said if I marry that particular lady, that the future, it will be bad for both of us, that nothing good will come out of us. You can see that. That's an example of manipulation. So some of them can come up and begin to tell you that, oh, my pastor said this, my pastor said that. You need to be very, very careful. So they can turn their opinion into God said. My pastor says you cannot marry him or her. God showed me in dream that this person is evil. The Holy Spirit told me you must leave him or her. If you don't, you will die. And because you don't want to die, what will you do? You will live the God will for your life because your mother said that is what you. So these are manipulation that can come from parents. And I like the example I gave to you. I am not saying that truly, genuinely. We've talked about what manipulation is not about. You should be able to discern when it is manipulation and when it is just advising or they are guiding you. This manipulation is when the dreams comes every time. How you can know this is when your mommy keep coming up every time you bring somebody home. Anytime you bring somebody home, she must tell you that she has a dream, or daddy must say that they had a dream or they saw some sign. When there's no character issue, when they are not saying, mommy, what is the problem? They are not saying that she's bad, she lacks respect, or this and that, or she's abusive, or she has anger issue. They are not saying anything like that. When it always benefits your parents' desire, God does not confuse his children. This is what I want you to know, that God does not confuse his children. They give you a deadline or threat. When your parents begin to give you a deadline or threats that if you don't get married at this particular age or this particular time, something will happen. Like, for example, if you marry him, forget about this family. We will not attend your wedding. You will lose your inheritance in your father's house. I will fall sick. Something will happen to me. This is emotional blackmail. When you begin to hear them saying all of this, they try to choose your spouse for you. We are looking at the signs that will tell you that manipulation is in place. When parents have already decided who you must marry based on tribe, status, wealth, or their personal preference, how would you know? You must marry someone from our village. They say you must. That if you don't marry somebody from our village, anybody that you marry, the person will die. The person will do this. They begin to curse and abuse. We prefer you marry Pastor Ade's daughter, Pastor Demola's daughter, Pastor Olu's son. When they begin to say, oh, we prefer you marry somebody that they prefer, is their own preference for you. Manipulative parents will always choose for you. I'm not saying that sometimes they cannot see somebody that is good, that is very healthy, and there's no manipulation. What they do is that they will not force that person on you. They will recommend that person. They will now be guiding and be advising you. They will now even tell you that you too, you need to study, you need to observe this person. If this person goes along with the will of for you, that is better. Not like when they are saying that it is either you marry Pastor Ade's daughter or son or no other person. That is manipulation. They gossip about your partner to extended family. We all agree you must not marry him. They will now begin to tell you, everybody, even your aunties and your uncles, they all say that you cannot marry that lady, you cannot marry that man. Using relatives to force your decision is manipulative, especially when they know that there's a particular uncle and auntie that you are very close with them and that you always listen to them. They can use them as a manipulation to tell you that, you know, that I and Uncle Demola, I and Sister Dupe, your Auntie Dupe, we all spoke together. We saw that that man, that woman is not good for you. So please, we all have taken that decision. It's all of us. So you cannot even go and meet Uncle Demola or go and meet Auntie to say you want to talk to them. All of us took this decision together. You cannot marry this person. They refuse to meet your partner properly. They are not ready. You keep telling them, oh, mommy, I want to bring him home. I want to bring her home to come and meet you. All they do is they will continue to be canceling meetings. Mommy, this person, we are coming on Monday. We are not at home. We are coming this weekend, though. We have family function. We are coming. No. Because they don't want to see him or her. They are rude or cold when they finally meet this person. The person will observe that, what happened? Why did your parents behave that way to me? The way they spoke to me or their reaction when they saw me, I wasn't too comfortable. They refuse to listen or ask questions. The person was trying to explain, or you were trying to say something like introduce him or her. They are not ready to listen to whatever you are saying. When you are talking about him, they keep coming up with different topic to what you are trying to say. And they did not even ask any question. When the person is ready to go, mommy, my guest is ready to go. Okay. Daddy, my guest is ready to go. Okay, bye-bye. We'll see you some other time. Or they will not even say anything. Okay, bye-bye. They just say that. This shows that they don't want the truth. They only want control. So on this, I would like to pause here. This is going to be a series. This is not a kind of a topic that we have to rush. We have to have series on this so that you can really understand this particular topic. So to this, I've come to the end of this, the part 1 series of this topic. Is it parental influence or parental manipulation? Knowing the difference. So I want to say thank you to as many people who are able to join me on today's episode. I want to thank the production crew for making today's production a great success. And I want to also recommend that you can also join our social media handles, our Facebook, our YouTube, to watch this same episode on Tuesday at 8 p.m. You can recommend, you can comment, you can like and share to as many singles that you know that they may be in need of this particular episode. Even your parents, you can get them to watch it. And you can also watch the repeat broadcast on Saturday at 1 p.m. on Glorious Vision Television. If you have any question on this particular episode or on our previous episode, or you need counseling, please don't hesitate to drop it on that WhatsApp number that is scrolling on your screen. On this, I want you to know that you should stay tuned for the complete episode on this particular topic. Like I said, it's going to be a series. So because of time, I won't be able to exhaust all what I have to say today. So please keep it, make it a date with me next time on the continuation of this topic. Once again, thank you to everyone. Until I come your way again on another exciting episode of Before You Say I Do, I remain your host, Tope OGINNI. Don't forget, on Before You Say I Do, we will always help you to make the right decision before you say I do. Thank you, and God bless you.
I've never been so sure of anything before. Just like I'm in this moment, but once alone would be enough. Just take my hands and take mine, 'cause I will always love you through anything I'll do. To back on different segment, for the engaging about story. Tope, OGINNI, let's talk about love, let's talk about God.